You ever get that feeling like someone's watching you, like really watching you, even when you're alone? That's how this started. I was just another girl scrolling through Instagram late one night, mindlessly liking pictures, replying to DMs. Nothing unusual. Until one DM popped up in my message requests. It was from an account I didn't recognize. No profile picture. No followers. No posts. Just a blank username and one message: "You look so peaceful when you sleep." At first, I assumed it was some internet creep trying to be edgy or weird, so I opened the message to block them. Then I saw the second message. It was a photo. My bedroom. Taken from the corner near my desk. The lights were off, but you could see me sleeping clearly under the covers. My blood ran cold. There was no way this was a prank. I lived alone in a small studio apartment with no roommates, no visitors. And what scared me more was that there was no camera or phone placed in that corner. I checked everywhere. I even flipped the mattress, searched the air vents, the ceiling, under the bed. Nothing. But the message was real. The photo was real. And someone had been inside. I blocked the account, heart pounding, hoping that would be the end of it. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe someone hacked into my Wi-Fi, got an old image somehow, I don't know. My brain tried to rationalize it to avoid spiraling into panic. But the next night, another message. This time from a different account. Again, no profile picture. No followers. Just a single message: "Did you sleep well last night?" I stared at my screen, chills racing down my spine. This couldn't be happening. Over the next few days, more accounts followed me. All blank. No content. The usernames were odd, like jumbled letters or long numbers. And they all sent me messages. Each one new personal details. What I was watching on TV, what food I had delivered, the name of the street I lived on. It was like they were watching me in real time. I tried deleting my account. I changed my number, even got a new phone. But it didn't matter. The messages found their way to me through new accounts, even on different platforms. One time, my roommate got a message about me on her phone, a photo of me brushing my teeth, timestamped just 10 minutes prior. I unplugged everything, my Alexa, my laptop, even my TV. I turned my phone off and locked it in a drawer. But it didn't stop. The next day, I got a printed photo slipped under my door. A photo of me sleeping, from the exact same angle. I finally went to the police. I brought every screenshot, every photo, every printed message. They looked concerned, but I could tell they didn't believe me. No fingerprints, no cameras, no signs of forced entry. Just creepy internet stuff, they said. Probably a stalker. They told me to install a security system, to be careful. That was it. So I did. I spent a small fortune on cameras, motion sensors, door locks. I changed my locks. I installed two-factor authentication on every account. For a few nights, I felt safer. Until I got another DM. This one was different. It was a video. A shaky night vision recording of me sleeping. It was filmed from the top corner of my room, a spot the new cameras couldn't reach. The scariest part? It showed a figure standing over me. Not doing anything. Just watching. For nearly 4 minutes. And then, they slowly backed away into the shadows. I watched the video a dozen times, searching for clues, something familiar. But the figure was hooded. Tall. Silent. It didn't make sense. How were they getting in? How did they avoid the sensors? Why me? The next few weeks were hell. I barely slept. I kept the lights on. Every little creak sent me into a panic. But what scared me more than the footage was when the messages started getting more personal. They weren't just observing anymore. They were talking. Telling me stories. Stories about me. About things from my past I had never told anyone. Like the name of the doll I buried in my backyard as a kid. Or the time I cried alone in my closet after my parents' divorce. I couldn't understand how they knew all of this. I called my parents, my childhood friends. No one remembered these things. Except me. Then, one night, I got a message that made me feel like the air had been sucked out of my lungs. It said, "I remember the first time you talked to me. You were 9. I lived in your closet." My legs went numb. Because when I was 9, I did talk to someone in my closet. An imaginary friend named Rook. I only remembered the name after reading that message. I thought I had made him up. But what if I didn't? What if he never left? I tried to fight it. I told friends. I tried reaching out to strangers online who had stalker stories. But the more I spoke out, the more the messages intensified. One by one, my friends distanced themselves from me. They said I was obsessed. That I was making it all up for attention. Even my roommate moved out. My job put me on unpaid leave. I was spiraling, isolated, right where they wanted me. That's when the physical things started. A bouquet of black roses left on my doorstep. scratches on my walls that I hadn't made. One night, I heard a soft voice humming from the hallway. A tune I hadn't heard in years. The lullaby my mom used to sing to me as a kid. I cried myself to sleep that night, hiding under the covers like I used to when I was 9. Except this time there was no one to protect me. The next morning a package arrived. No return address. Inside was a single Polaroid photo. It was me, sleeping, smiling. But I don't smile in my sleep. I had to take control. I decided to bait them. I set up decoys, posted that I was flying out of town, left my apartment dark, and hid in the back of my closet with a camera rolling. It was quiet for hours. I nearly fell asleep, until I heard the soft creak of the door. Footsteps. Slow, calculated. My heart pounded so loud I thought they'd hear it. The figure entered, moving toward the bed. I watched from the crack in the closet. They hovered over the sheets, confused that no one was there. Then, slowly, they turned toward the closet. My breath caught. I pressed record. The door creaked open and we locked eyes. For a second he froze, then lunged. I screamed, tackled him, and we crashed to the floor. I yanked off his hood and saw his face. My neighbor. The guy who always helped carry my groceries. Who always said hi. Who lived 2 doors down. But what made my stomach churn was what I found in his apartment. Hidden hard drives. Dozens of them. All labeled with dates and names. Not just of me, but of other girls. Some I recognized. Some I didn't. There were folders of Instagram screenshots, copied chats, photos from cameras I didn't even know existed. He'd been doing this for years. He was arrested. The police were stunned. News spread quickly. It made headlines. Instagram stalker busted after victim sets trap. I was a local hero briefly. I thought it was finally over. Until a week later I got another message. From a new blank account. It said, "We miss you, Rook does too." That's when I realized he wasn't working alone. And the group is still out there. Watching. Waiting. Collecting. Instagram is just the surface. There are thousands of people being watched right now. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe that profile with no post that just followed you isn't so random after all. Maybe tonight, when you close your eyes, someone will be watching you from the shadows. Just like they did me. Because once they find you, they never let go.